Over the last several years, the goal of business-to-business marketing has shifted from simply generating leads to actually driving measurable revenue generation. In a 2010 survey by Genius.com and B2B Magazine, 61% of respondents identified revenue generation as the most important metric when determining the success of an online program or marketing campaign. At 61%, that answer beat generating sales opportunities by 50%. So, based on kind of that context, how has the role of marketing shifted in your company or your clients' companies, and how has technology played a role in that?
I guess I'll start. My take is, marketing as a field itself has evolved tremendously in the last 15 years. 15, 20 years ago, the web didn't exist. The concept of social media, these devices, none of that used to exist. So technology by its own nature has kind of forced marketing to evolve and change. And I think today's marketers have, as many of you can know and recognize, just have so much more in their toolboxes. You have everything from banner ads, email marketing, social media marketing, mobile marketing, just a lot of different areas and fields. And I feel like today's marketers are much more challenged, so to speak, in their abilities to use those different channels to achieve and attract their customers and generate prospects. And so that, I think, is a fundamental shift that has happened in marketing over the last 15 years.
The only thing I'll add, I actually think it's easy to get wrapped up in all the changes going on in marketing. Is it the mobile wave? Is it this wave? Is it the internet? Is it? And I actually think the big mega trend has just been measurement. And when I talk in my global role with the last company, when I talk to global CMOs of big brands and so forth, just the fact that there's more accountability and measurement in marketing, I think, is incredible. We're living through an incredibly disruptive time. I mean, the last couple of years in marketing, I mean, just the whole thing's just getting turned on its head. But when I was in that global role and talked to a lot of the large CMOs, measurement was always a word that came out of their mouth. Hey, I can measure this now. Hey, I'm in love with search. I know what a lifetime value of my customer is. I can acquire them for X. Give me as many as you can give me. So just a much different way of thinking rather than more of a budget-based approach. And I think from here on out, it continues to change dramatically. I think it'll just, 3 years from now, it'll feel like 10 years went by in terms of what's going to happen in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I would very much agree with that. I mean, I think in addition to the measurement piece, I think there's a connection of measurement, meaning, you look at measurement in its own entity, which is like you can do search engine marketing, there's more measurement and all of that. But then there's social and there's measurement in that. There's email marketing, there's measurement in that. And to me, a large part of the work that many of the marketing folks have to do is really connect the dots, so to speak, across all of these different systems and all of these different technologies, and ensure that they're reading the data accurately, and then based on that, they're able to take advantage of the trends and the learnings that come out as part of that data.
Well, I'll just add that the proliferation effect is something that we see at Blue Wave is the number of marketing channels that are available to marketers has increased exponentially, and has made it much harder made it much more of a puzzle to figure out how you're going to spend those marketing dollars. And then having consistency between the channels is also the bigger the company, the less consistent the messaging and finding. So there's a lot of complexity in thinking.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that, Barry, to go back to your question, which is marketing seen more of a revenue center now, less of a cost center? I think maybe that's pushing the envelope a little bit too much. I don't know if we've gotten to the point where marketing is seen as a pure revenue center, but I think that with the emergence of all the technology, with the measurement, with the data, it's now possible to start for marketers to actually measure their performance, their own performance and their team's performance, and start to change that mind shift. And like Ralph said, I think in the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, that's going to become a deciding factor whether you're going to have a job or not. Because